Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Loyal Sons podcast. We are back at it with the same loyal crew. I got my man Stephen Frederick. We got Aaron Duncan, and the always controversial yet entertaining Denzel Johnson.
What's up,
How's
everybody?
everybody doing, man?
Good, man. Can't complain.
Good. We good,
Watching my Kings kick ass.
Kick ass. I don't know about all that, but
we winning right now. That's all I'm counting.
Oh man, he hype right now. I'm in here watching, Kansas City and Houston right now. You already know.
I'm still watching them niggas kick ass.
Low key, I might go back and swap to tennis because I want to see Naomi Osaka.
been turned off.
Oh man.
It's another tennis fan. Don't let them fool y'all.
That's low key my thing right there. She don't know it yet.
Name another player besides her, and then I believe you.
Serena Williams.
No, that don't count. Don't say Venus either.
What's the other? I go for the black. The black. The buck. What's her name? The other one?
Venus?
Coco.
Nah.
Oh, Coco Golf.
There's Coco Golf, and then there's another one. I forgot her name, man.
Sloane Stevens or something like that.
Sloane Stevens. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Sloane too, but she's too inconsistent, bro. She's so talented, but she's like she don't want it. She don't want it enough.
Osaka's the best out of all of them right now, right?
Yeah,
she is. Yeah.
But Coco's
probably
young. I think she's eventually she's not gonna top Serena. I don't think anybody gonna be on top of she's done. But
nah.
She's gonna be up there.
She definitely at her age, she's 16, 17. She's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
For her to even make it to like the round of 16 and things like that at her age, that's definitely ahead of her time. So she stick with it. She got opportunity. And Naomi, just like that, Naomi already took it. She's moving on to the finals. Shout out to Bay. We about to go out right after the podcast. We about to go out and get something to eat.
She talked to that rapper. I forgot his name. YBN Corday or something like that.
She dubbed that nigga.
When? For real?
She dubbed that nigga when she met me. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man,
All right, well,
but let's go ahead and get it kicked off, man. We missed this topic, but it's been heavily publicized and criticized. Steve Nash getting his first head coaching job with no experience as the Brooklyn Nets head coach, where he's going to be coaching Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, two top 10 players in the NBA. How we feel about that?
Take that one. I'll go ahead and start it off. Becoming the Nets head coach with all the star power there. You got KD, you got Kyrie. Yes, we understand that. This is another prime example, I hate to say it, of white privilege. No experience. We all know his knowledge. We all know his experience as a player, two-time MVP. Shout out to that. But we have some African-American coaches that they're kind of stuck in assistant coach purgatory, not getting opportunities to be head coaches after they've been with championship caliber teams for a numerous number of years. So this is unfortunate, and I feel like the two African-American superstars on the team, from what I hear, vouch for the signing of Steve Nash. That's the opportunity they dropped the ball. With everything going on in the world and Black Lives Matter movements and reform and everything, and giving African-American coaches opportunity, especially Kyrie. I got beef with Kyrie because Kyrie wanted to boycott the rest of the season, and he's not even playing. And now you get this opportunity, Kyrie, and you go the complete opposite way, being a hypocrite. But it's okay. We'll see how it goes. But this is a prime example of just like Steve Kerr getting a great team and got the credit of being a great head coach. But we would never know how great he is because he's always had superstars. So how can you really be judged if you're not given an opportunity like a New York Knicks or
oh God,
let's see, a Sacramento Kings or
Atlanta Hawks,
Charlotte
Phoenix
Hornets.
Suns, Charlotte Hornets. Lord, I forgot about them.
I was naming. We were all naming teams that have black head coaches that are rebuilding.
Yes,
by the way,
most definitely.
Aside from the Hornets,
it's always a rebuild. It's always a rebuild opportunity for us. And as soon as they do what they're expected to do, which is nothing, they get fired with a terrible record.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll speak my piece on that. I'm disappointed in I'm disappointed in KD and Kyrie, especially Kyrie, because Kyrie always running his mouth. This was your opportunity to speak up on it, and you didn't. So Kyrie, shut the fuck up. Forever.
I agree, man. Definitely, it seems like the opportunity could have been not even given, but the opportunity was earned by other. Like you got Tyronn Lue, who's won a championship. I know Jason Kidd has already been. He's already been a Nets coach, so maybe they wouldn't have looked his way. But there's so many other. Sam Cassell, he's another assistant with NBA experience, championship experience. It just feels like what you said. It's like we get the opportunities to build a team, like out of nothing. Like the coach for the Atlanta Hawks, his name slips my mind right now. Alvin Gentry in New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
It's just we get opportunities to try to build a team, and then in that year or two, if it doesn't happen, we gone. And then if we do happen to build a team, like I can't think of his name. He was the Raptors coach, won Coach of the Year, and got fired. And then they bring in.
I forgot his name. Yeah.
And then they bring in Nick Nurse, and Nick Nurse wins the championship. He's winning Coach of the Year. Now all of a sudden he's a great coach. But the team was kind of built by the man that was there before that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just like Mark Jackson with the Golden State Warriors.
Exactly. Everybody know that was pretty much even Steph Curry and all them to give him credit for pretty much putting the belief in them that they can do what they're doing now.
Yeah. Push Curry to say take them shots.
Yeah, he told them they was the best shooting backcourt in the world back when he first got the job. And it turned out to be true, which benefited Steve Kerr. Which I'm not saying he's a bad coach, but we don't know how good of a coach he is.
Right. I want to say what's indicative. I'm sorry to cut you off. Yeah, this year. Go ahead, bro. You about to take the words right out of my mouth. Go ahead.
Exactly. This year when they had Draymond Green, they got the first pick in the draft.
Right.
So I mean, second pick in the draft, right? They got second.
Yeah, second. That's right. Yeah.
So if you look at it, this shows me what Steve Kerr is as a coach. So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I kind of agree with y'all. The optics of it all just don't look great for the NBA. I mean, it's just like, especially with the NBA trying to be a organization that's out there on the forefront of change as far as like social change and equality and stuff like that. And then for Steve Nash, you didn't even hear his name pop up in like any list of being a potential head coach or nothing, like assistant, nothing. Yeah, he just like the Nets head coach, like out of the blue. It's just like
he woke up and said, "Shit, I want to do that. Let me text KD real quick."
Exactly. So it's like, damn, it's just like you even if he is qualified for the job, you can't even defend that because this is like you have so many people that have proven experience that you just kind of passed over. And then it's just like it's kind of like that, your friend system, you just pulled Steve Nash in because of whatever, you know him. But in this case, it's because he's white. That's just how it feels. But, that may not be the case, but that's just how it looks because the way everything unfolded. So, I mean, I definitely think the NBA should have they definitely should have took a look at that before they announced that hiring because, I mean, the NBA is pretty aware of how they come off as an organization. So I definitely think that they knew that was going to, cause a little bit of tension between some people, just with the announcement of Steve Nash getting the head coach job. I mean, it's like he got a championship team. You don't have to do anything. Like once KD and Kyrie come back healthy, that's like a championship built team. So even if he is a terrible coach, we won't know because you got 2 of the top 10 players on your team right now.
George, what you say Roy Williams does? He roll the ball out on the court and let him play. That's all Steve Nash got to do.
So, right.
And like y'all been saying, it's like, other black coaches, they go to places where you got to rebuild and actually they have to actually coach these guys up and get them to a point of looking respectable. And then if they don't, you can't win a championship in a rebuild stage. So like they out of there. So now it's like, he gonna make a deep run to the playoffs and all that, and then he gonna get. That's gonna open the door for him for future jobs. Even if he don't succeed there, they will say, "Oh, look how great he did in Brooklyn as a first-time head coach," and that's gonna propel him, for other jobs. So it's just a bad look overall, man, because they could have, gave that nod to a bunch of other, coaches with way more experience. So
They earned it.
Yeah, and that means so. I don't know, man. I didn't like the move too much. Just how it came out of nowhere, really.
I was back and forth on the move. When I first saw it, I was just like, interesting. And then I was just like, this is some bullshit. And then I thought about, like, when I saw what Stephen A said, and I was just like, well. Then I thought
the GOAT, Stephen A.
Yeah. Then I thought about, some of the black coaches. I was like, well, Stephen, a lot of black coaches were given opportunities to be head coaches. And then, like, if you go into it and look at, break down, like, the types of jobs they got and, when you get into it and stuff like that, it's just like, hey, well, they shitty jobs, yeah, but at the end of the day, it was still a job. So, like, what's our argument here? Do we have to get the best jobs? Do we have to get this job? Should we be appreciative of any job? So, like I said, I was mixed emotions on the whole thing, and then ultimately I sat down and I was just like, yo, the two people who made this decision, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, they signed off on this. So can I be mad at Steve Nash? No, I can't.
No,
I'm not mad or upset at Steve Nash or the Brooklyn Nets organization because it's reported Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving signed off on this. Like you said, Aaron.
But they definitely had to sign off on it.
Like, think about, like, Aaron, I'm willing to bet what happened, what you said was because Steve Nash had a relationship with Kevin Durant. So I'm sure it was a conversation like, hey, Kevin, I'm interested in doing this and stepping up being a coach. But he did some player development work with Kevin while he was at Golden State. So that's that relationship fostered and stuff like that. He's been involved with the Golden State organization over the last couple of years. So when you think about why they would hire a Steve Nash, it does, in my mind, it does make sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, do black men need to be able to get the opportunities to get better jobs? Yeah. Like, I'm still upset the fact that Mark Jackson is pretty much being blackballed in the
NBA.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. It's like, for what?
Yeah. Like, Ty Lue should have a job at some point.
Wait, what had the Lakers job if we would have? Ooh.
Well, and here's the thing, like,
I guess y'all ain't see that.
Yeah, I saw it.
Rondo threw an alley off the bat. Rondo threw an alley off the backboard to LeBron at the end. Basically, the game not over. He still threw it off the backboard.
Houston,
I'm in here watching the football game.
Houston out here wasting people's energy.
Yeah, I'm watching the football game.
But like how I feel about Ty Lue. I'm a Lakers fan. We offered Ty Lue the job. I'm not mad at the Lakers organization. Ty Lue wanted what he wanted. The Lakers offered what they wanted. Now, if the Lakers had went and offered Frank Vogel a different deal and different parameters than they offered Ty Lue, then yeah, I'd have been extremely pissed at the Lakers for that. But
yeah.
They went to Ty Lue. Went to Ty Lue before they went to Frank Vogel. Frank Vogel was the second choice.
Yeah, third, fourth.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to say Vogel probably the third or fourth choice. Yeah. So we went to Lue. Lue didn't want to go with the deal. I understand that. You got to stand for what you believe in and stand for what you want.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what it is. So Lue, like, does Lue deserve a job? Yes. Should he have a job? Yes. But Lue could have had a job, but Lue didn't want to take what the Lakers have put in front of him and stuff like that. And
it was handcuffing that man. Like, it sounded like they
the same.
Lue wanted a long-term deal, and I think the Lakers are offering him pretty much like what they did about a year or two.
Lue wanted an extra year, and Lue wanted 4. They was only offering 3, and
they wanted someone of the staff.
Lue didn't want Jason Kidd on the staff
because Jason Kidd's supposed to be the next head coach.
Yeah, Frank Vogel agreed to the same contract they offered Lue with the same parameters that this man has to be on the staff. So you really can't say it's white privilege because Jason Kidd's a black man. And first of all,
I mean, but they
and
still
he-
handcuff him, man.
And he's the greatest point guard in NBA history, but that's another story.
Let that man pick his own staff. What do you mean?
It's not privilege.
He was hired before anybody.
Yeah, it's not privilege or anything
Right.
when you offer the same deal to everybody. It's not like they pick.
How you gonna tell me who I can have as an assistant coach? If I don't agree with that philosophy, I got to keep this man on staff. I mean, he is all-time great. Don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that.
If I don't agree with his coaching philosophy, why should I have to keep him on the staff? That don't make sense.
At that point, they have a choice because they had already paid Kid.
They already
Well,
signed.
hey, that's not my problem. That's the organization's problem.
Right. So I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
I don't blame him for not taking the deal, but he was offered one. But it's not like it's not like he was offered it, and they went to Frank Vogel and was just like, "Yeah, that whole Jason Kidd thing, don't worry about it, and we're gonna offer you more money." And we didn't offer Tyronn Lue. Like, nah, they got the same deal.
They did that,
deal, but you know what?
Frank Vogel ain't got no principles, man. He out there. He desperate, man. He like, yeah, let me take this job.
He probably was for real. He got to get his name back in good graces like everybody else.
I'm about to say, yeah. What has he accomplished lately? It was more like, all right, I had success in the past. It got bad, and shit, I'll take anything I can get.
Because he was in Orlando, wasn't he?
He was dependent on pandemic P.
He was with the Pacers, right?
He was with the Pacers first.
He was dependent on
he was with the Pacers. Then I think he went to Orlando after that.
Yeah, but he was dependent on pandemic P to get him through to the finals over LeBron James. We've seen how pandemic P does.
Yeah.
No such thing as playoff P.
They got close though.
They got close. They got real close.
Boys had me scared.
That was
Game 7, right?
That was his best coaching job. That was his best coaching job right there.
So, but the end of the whole thing, to go back on the Steve Nash thing, I put it more back on. Kind of agreeing with you, Denzel. I put it more back on Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant. If we want to make change and hire more minority coaches and stuff like that, that's something that they definitely could have pushed for. But hey, I'm not in their head. I'm not in their situation. If they feel like that's the best person that can lead them to a championship, hey, by all means, we're going to find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. He don't even got a ring, but okay.
We're going to find out.
We'll find out.
We're going to find out. It's not like if somebody tried to like put in the same thing, they were just like, well, you know, Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr was a 5-time NBA champion. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Steve Kerr,
it's hard to get away with that.
Steve Kerr played under and was mentored by the greatest coach of
both of them.
Phil Jackson.
And Pop.
And Pop. So and played with the second greatest player of all time. So I mean, he got a little bit of knowledge.
And
he played with LeBron.
He played with Kobe Bryant. He played with the greatest player, and he played with. No,
he did play with. Hey, Kobe could be number 2 over Jordan if you ask me on some days.
Was he an assistant coach too? Wasn't he assistant coach with the Spurs?
Nash?
No,
not Nash.
Steve Kerr.
No, I think Kerr was a front office person. Kerr used to work
with Phoenix.
Yeah, right. He worked in scouting.
Yeah, that's right.
He was a front office in Phoenix, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was general manager for like a little bit, and then he got out.
So I mean, at least he had that experience though of putting a team together.
Yeah.
So he could manage relationships. Steve Nash ain't even got that.
I want to say, I wasn't mad at the hiring of Steve Kerr. I was mad that how they did Mark Jackson. That was more or less where that came from.
Yeah, like the Steve Kerr hiring, like I look at it completely different from the Steve Nash hiring because Steve Kerr, like I said, played for the 2 greatest coaches ever. Has some front office experience, understands a little bit of the inner workings of putting an NBA team together. Steve Nash just came in to help with some shooting drills every now and then.
That's it. That's it. Work with the injured players before the game.
Yeah. And
he'll get you back right.
And all of a sudden he's the head coach. But like, I'm not mad at him. If anything, if we're gonna be upset with this before we slap the white privilege label on it and be mad at Steve, we gotta take a good look at the 2 main culprits, and to me, that's Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
They take the way of that play for real.
You want to throw Spencer Dinwiddie and the rest of them in there too? Hey,
they ain't asked Spencer. He got a text, but they ain't asking.
Right. Nah,
Spencer got the text like, "Yo, this is about to go down." Just so you know.
He takes bad word. Look, Denzel done disappeared. Nah, something going on.
Just a heads up. That's it. Yeah. Something going on tonight.
But then it's like he can't fail. Like if he does fail, he'll never get another opportunity because this is a win. Like you can't fail.
I think he will though, honestly, because he's not gonna fail. But he's not gonna fail. They're gonna make the playoffs, and that's gonna be good enough for him to get a job somewhere else.
And they gonna make a run. I see.
She came out.
But since we talk, we mentioned KD. So let's talk about the media trend on switching up who is the greatest player in the world. It seems like every month, every week, every day, sometimes the media changes up who's the greatest player in the world. Whether it's KD, whether it's Kawhi, James Harden, Steph Curry, it always switches. So how we feel about that?
I want to kick this off. I am tired of it. I can no longer watch Undisputed. I like Shannon. I only watch the clips that Shannon posts on his Instagram. I can't watch the show anymore. Stephen A. starting to disgust me sometimes.
He's terrible. He's terrible.
He switches up his favorite player every week.
He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
He has the unmitigated gall, the audacity to say some of the things he says.
We know Max Kellerman is going to come out of left field and say something outside of his neck.
We all know how Skip.
Jalen Rose too.
Jalen Rose and I swear,
Richard Jefferson,
Paul Pierce.
No, I like when Richard talks. I like when Richard talks.
Paul Pierce is the biggest hater.
If Paul would just come to grips with being okay as being probably LeBron's biggest rival, people would respect him so much more. But instead, it don't matter who LeBron plays. Paul Pierce gonna say, "Oh, they're the greatest player in the world."
Yeah. Y'all believe just because somebody he went 6-2 and had some close games and beat the Lakers in Game 1, people were really saying Damian Lillard was the greatest player in the world. Like, it's nothing against Damian Lillard. I like Damian
at all. I like Dame.
No, I bought a pair
of pair of shoes because they were $61 after he scored 61 points.
But it's nonsense. It used to be every year would change. Like this season, the greatest player award has gone to at least 5 different players.
Yeah, man, I think they just do that, man, because they just be so bored that they got to have something to talk about. I mean, because it seems like sometimes the whole Damian Lillard thing that was kind of outrageous. He
was balling,
but come on, you already seen his track record. He will disappear on you. So, and then to say he was was the best player in the world at that moment, that was kind of crazy. He had a good little 3-4 games, but I mean that's nothing. He hadn't won anything. He hadn't really put his team over the top no time soon. So I mean,
none of that.
Yeah, it's crazy, and then I'm sure when KD come back, fully healthy, they're gonna throw him right back into the conversation. So,
he deserves to be there.
But yeah,
I almost took the shit out.
As Denzel was about to say, I think a healthy KD is the best player in the world.
I think we can all agree to that. I think we can.
We can.
Hell, we can't. No, the hell we can't. What?
I mean, we won't. But it's kind of hard to dispute that. You already see what he did with LeBron in the finals. So I mean, we ain't gonna get on that right now. But we just talking about the media trend.
Look here. He's on the East Coast. Bron about to get his first title on the West Coast. If he can
go.
You're not beating them Clippers. I ain't beating them Clippers, man.
Denzel, don't start this shit tonight.
See how we get sidetracked?
Yeah. Let's not forget about the GOAT Kawhi here.
My money's on the Clippers, though. My money's on
Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, not Kawhi is the best player in the world.
I'm gonna keep it real. I'm not gonna put Kawhi as the greatest player in the world. I cannot do that. I'm sorry.
You almost put him in your top 10 of all time.
I did, I was feeling it a little bit, but I'm gonna keep it real. No, He has a great team. He's a great player. He's not a LeBron James. Let's say that. He's not a Kevin Durant. He's not at all. But when that team is focused and they lock down on defense like they did the other night against Denver, they can accomplish anything. And if they lock down on the Lakers, which we've seen them do earlier in the season, yeah, I know Lakers, got the better of them the last few games, but that's an easy Clippers win in 6 games.
What's an easy Clippers winning?
He said easy.
Easy clip, bro. How?
6 games.
How?
That's a battle.
I don't care if you would. I ain't even gonna respond to that one. I don't even have to wait.
We already did say the series is gonna be 6 or 7, but he said easy.
He said easy.
I think that's what throws it all. I mean, you can't be easy in 6 or 7. That's gonna be a battle. So
it'll
be a battle. I mean, it could
the Clippers. The Clippers been a play or two away from their series not being 3-1 in both of the series they've been in. Both of them been kind of close.
They play some pretty good teams though.
They have.
Dallas ain't had nobody but Luka.
No,
but Porzingis played early in those games.
Porzingis played game 1 and game 2, I think.
And 3.
After that, I don't know if he played in game 3.
Hey, he got hurt in game 3.
I'm gonna have to agree with Denzel. Both of those matchups that the Clippers had are tougher teams than the Lakers had.
No, they weren't.
Yes, come on, man.
You would take Denver over Houston?
No,
according to everybody else. A complete team. I'm talking about overall team.
According to everybody else, Portland had the best player in the world, and Damian Lillard. So the Lakers had no shot of beating the best player in the world.
After game 1, it was supposed to be a sweep. After game 1, Portland was supposed to sweep the Lakers.
I believe we're not going to get hype over that because Houston did the same thing. Houston came out and smacked LA in the first game, and now look what happened. They about to win 4 in a row again.
The Lakers have already proven they take game 1 to see how you're going to play the whole series,
and then they figure it out.
And then
they better not.
They
better not do that against the Clippers. You better not give them a game.
What do y'all get? Okay, the Clippers have 2, maybe 1.5, depending on which Paul shows up. The Clippers have Kawhi Leonard, maybe Paul George. Paul George is nowhere close to being as good as AD. Can we agree on that?
We can agree to that.
So how are y'all saying the Clippers are so much better?
They have a complete team. They have a very complete team. Any one of those players can go off for 15 to 20 points.
And they can also not show up. They can also not show up.
This is true, but they show up a lot more than the Lakers bench.
The Clippers
have y'all not been watching? Caruso just hit a 3 to win the game.
Caruso is trash.
Caruso just hit a 3. Okay.
This man had 2.
No. He didn't just hit a 3. He clinched the game. Y'all weren't watching it. He clinched the game.
He had 2 games in the whole bubble that he showed up.
Playoff Rondo is here.
That was one game. Rondo is not scoring 20 points. Rondo is not scoring 20 points in multiple games.
You ain't see Rondo tonight, did you?
He didn't score 20?
You ain't see he ain't got to score 20 to beat. Ain't nobody on the Clippers scoring 20 but Paul George and Kawhi.
But you know what Rondo
Williams can score 20?
No, he's not averaging 20.
The sixth man of the year can score 20?
No, he averaging 20.
The center y'all gave up to score 20?
No, the hell he can't. Harold was doing this, looking at Michael Porter Jr. nuts, just like this. Nuts right here. That's Harold.
And he's still Harold, man, too. So
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Players get nuts on their face every day.
No, not like that.
Y'all might as well not even play Caruso when Pat Bev get on him. Caruso out the game. Pat Bev
what Russell Westbrook say? Pat Bev got y'all food.
Pat Bev
got y'all food.
I ain't expecting Pat Bev to score no points, but he about to create some havoc. That's all he got.
Somebody for Pat Bev.
Okay, put Pat Bev on LeBron. Put Pat Bev on LeBron. What's that?
That's not gonna happen. Why would we do that? That's just not intelligent.
Pat Bev on KCP and Caruso. He gonna get him.
They spot up shooters. It ain't gonna matter if he guard them. That'll help us out putting him out there on them.
Caruso got to handle the ball though.
We got J.R. Smith for Pat Bev.
Man, J.R. Smith.
J.R. Smith. Did he even dress up tonight?
Yes. Oh yeah, he dressed out every game.
He don't get called out. He don't get that man had.
We don't need him right now. That's the secret weapon. They don't need him right now.
We saving.
That man got one of these.
We saving JR for something else.
What y'all saving him for? To fight somebody or something?
Yeah.
He gonna earn that money.
To run the clock out.
Hey, I don't even know what you're talking about right now.
But yeah, I'm gonna need y'all to go look at the Lakers stats and the Lakers bench compared to the Clippers bench. The only person showing up for the Clippers is Kawhi Leonard.
And sometimes Lou.
Lou's been doing this thing.
He hasn't. Lou has averaged 9 points the last 6 games. Lou hasn't done shit.
That's all they really needed him to do. He didn't need to go out there and put.
No, you see what you do. You see what you just did. No, I don't hear it. You see what you just did.
Yeah, I saw that shit. Then he tried.
When we mentioned that the Lakers players doing something like, then we say Lou Will only averaging 9. That's all they need. See what you did. See what you did.
If I said that,
I ain't said that.
Danny Green is averaging right now 9 and 10. But if we had said that earlier, you'd have been like,
I'm gonna tell you right now, the Clippers bench
he don't average that much a game.
Bench. Y'all know that. Y'all know
the Clippers bench has the potential to be better. But as of right now in the playoffs, it's been kind of hand in hand.
Man,
aside from Luke, Montrez ain't did that much.
Y'all get Reggie out there. Y'all forget about Reggie Jackson now. Come on, man.
Jackson's ass.
Reggie Jackson been throwing up shots and sitting his ass on the bench because he throwing up bullshit.
Hey,
you know
Reggie
what? But listen.
It's better than KCP. I don't care what you say.
Oh, he's definitely better than KCP.
Reggie Jackson is not better than KCP.
Yes,
if anything, they're the same player.
Come on, man. KCP
you can't say that with a straight face. You can't even say that with a straight face.
He don't even believe that. He don't even say no conviction.
If y'all are gonna base the Clippers winning on Reggie Jackson, I'll take that every day of the week.
I'm not saying that. I'm basing it on that. Exactly. We saying they have more capable players coming off the bench than y'all do. Only person coming
they have more people that will shoot. They got a whole bunch of shooters.
Kuzma is the only respectable player coming off that bench right now.
So Rondo not respectable?
Rondo, okay, I misspoke. Rondo,
Dwight Howard not respectable?
Dwight Howard's ass. All he want to do is foul and get physical. He don't want to do nothing. Man,
that's perfect for that series. He's not playing now because he can't guard nobody in Houston because everybody my height. Everybody my height.
Houston's playing small ball. You can't throw a 7-foot person out there.
It don't matter. AD's a 7-footer, so that don't matter. He got the talent.
No, AD's an all-time great though. Dwight Howard
don't have the talent that he once had. The man is trash.
He don't need that.
Steve,
Dwight Howard don't have the talent to match Trez.
Steve,
y'all already seen what Dwight Howard good.
I would like to take this time.
None of those bigs will be playing.
I would like to take the time to let the public know. This whole started with the GOAT. Now, look where we at.
Exactly. But I didn't get to go. So I'll go. As far
I didn't
as
get to go either, but it's all good.
Oh, go ahead. I think I should end it off anyway.
You know what? Nah, it's all good. You go ahead. Because this GOAT situation it can go either way. We're gonna do this every time.
It can though. I'm gonna tell you why. Whenever the media changes its mind on who's the greatest player in the world, who's always number 2?
LeBron.
Exactly. So that means that's the only consistency there. That's the only consistency. So that is who is the greatest player in the world, and it's been that way since
Right now.
I mean,
it's been that way since what?
Honestly, he should have been
since what? 2009, 2010.
Nah, the only reason I would have him. The only reason I would have him at number 1 currently.
Kobe was still dominating in 09 and 10.
It was still like that. Go ahead and
that was Kobe. That was Kobe there. Let's cut that out. Let's stop. But the only reason I would say that LeBron is number 1 at the moment is because KD's not playing. That's the only way. It would be KD, LeBron.
It would not be KD, LeBron.
It would
Listen,
be KD,
bro. What's your one argument? Because I already know what it is. Your one argument is gonna say the last time they played in the finals, last 2 times, KD outplayed LeBron. But y'all neglect to say KD had 2 of the best shooters in the world ever on his team. Y'all just forget about that. And y'all know the effects.
If you take away that, I'm still taking KD. If you take away Steph and Clay, I'm taking KD.
And you know what you're gonna get? Him getting beat by Steph and Clay. If you take away Steph and Clay,
man,
that's what you're gonna get. That's what you go get.
That wasn't, man, whatever.
He already did. We already saw it.
That was different. That was a different time.
I'm not talking about going against them. I'm talking about LeBron and KD one-on-one. I ain't talking about all the other stuff.
They went one-on-one.
And he had Russell bum ass too, man. I'm sorry.
No,
Russ is
when they were in the finals, he had Russ and he had Harden.
No. We're not talking about finals. I'm talking about when they lost to the Warriors. Now, when he lost to the
Warriors, they was up 3-1.
They were. Honestly,
the Warriors were supposed to see what you're doing. You see what you're doing? Do you see what you're doing right now?
No, listen.
Listen. I got you.
Listen. On the real, the Warriors were supposed to win that. So if OKC won that, it would have been a shocker. But they were supposed to win that, and they came back and they won. I wasn't surprised that they won.
Any team that goes up 3-1 is supposed to close out the game. The series.
Allegedly.
If you look at the stats, it always happens, except about one time. Except about one time. There was one player that came back from 3-1. I don't know who it was.
Only in the
finals. And again, that was a surprise because the Warriors were supposed to win that, and they lost. So it happens. I mean, it hasn't happened a lot, but it does happen.
Yeah, it happens. If it happened one time, it happens. But
the team, and you know what? You know what the opposite is of fact, and I give LeBron, all the praise for that because the Warriors were supposed to win that anyway, and especially them being up 3-1, they were supposed to win that, but they lost. The Warriors weren't supposed to be down 3-1 to OKC. And
but they were. So if you're the best player in the world and you have a team down 3-1, why can't the best player in the world get one more? Why can't you get one more?
That was a different year, man.
No, that's a legitimate question. If you're the best player in the world, why can't you get one more if you up 3-1? Not down 3-1 because shit happened. If another team is better, you might go down 3-1. But if you up 3-1 and you're the best player in the world, why can't you get one more?
He's the best player in the world, but they were the best team in the world at the time. They were supposed to win that, and they won it. I like
how you said that. I like how you said that.
Thank you.
I like how you said that. But no, I'm storing all this.
I know.
Slim Reaper. If he was healthy, the best player in the world right now.
I put KD too.
I know you would.
But I mean, that's just because when KD had his own team, he got them to the finals. They got beat. Then he almost got them back. That's respectable. I mean, I count them rings. They rings. But look at the team he had. Shit, you could have put literally there was somebody in his place and they won a championship. So it's not like you could just say, hey, if somebody else would have won it, it was there, they would have won it. They did.
I know. We're going to have the same conversation every chance we get.
Yeah, because I know we've had that conversation before.
You know it.
The player that KD replaced was ass. I want to mention that before.
And we're going to say, what's the name?
You're going to put some respect on Harrison Barnes' name.
Come on out here.
That man is a national champion.
Exactly. What's he done since?
Did he win a national championship?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Well, he's an NBA champion. I know that.
Yeah,
he might be, though. He might be.
No,
he might be.
No, because I
don't think they won. No, I don't think they won.
Quinn Cook was the most recent. They talked about it's only Quinn Cook and somebody else that got a national championship and an NBA championship.
That's because our Tar Heels keep going to sorry teams because they're so good.
Yeah, we get drafted high. We.
Hey, when y'all putting out 31 and dones in 2 years, we can't keep up with that.
Exactly.
That's not our problem.
And we don't know nothing but about 4 or 5.
Not yet. I called it NCAA.
NCAA about to go on furlough.
They damn sure. But let's move right into the next one. We talked about the NBA a lot. Well, we talk about the NBA a lot, but we don't mention anything for the women. So we had an interesting topic, man. We want to know who we all think is the WNBA GOAT, greatest of all time. Who wants to keep that?
George, how about you start us off, man?
The WNBA GOAT, greatest of all time. It's toss up. One of them is no longer playing. One of them is currently playing. My WNBA GOAT, who is no longer playing, is Lisa Leslie.
Okay.
She was at the time probably the most, like she had like the most dominant, like she was unstoppable.
How many rings she got?
She only got 2, I think.
Two.
I think two.
She was in that Cheryl Swoops era where Houston was winning everything, and they couldn't make it past them. But they made him past them at some point. Then she won another one with Candace Parker.
Yeah, she did get one with Candace Parker.
Yeah, that's good.
Candace Parker she's in my top 5. I like Candace too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I definitely love Candace. Yeah. Definitely.
And my WNBA now is only because she does the WNBA and then she goes overseas and wins over there too. Diana Taurasi, like
it's hard to dispute that though.
I think she lost like 1 or 2 games in college, and won 4 consecutive national champions. I gotta go look back and look at the stats. Like crazy to think she only lost 2-3 games in college, and been dominant in the WNBA. And she goes overseas and plays in Europe and wins championships over there. And she's still playing. She's still balling. She's playing with my my current boo right now, Skylar Diggins. So they out there teaming it up in Phoenix right now, and they probably, she probably got a few more championships headed her way. But right now, those are my 2. If I had to pick one, because we always get that GOAT thing about championships. Right now, Diana got more ships than Lisa. So if I had to give somebody the edge, I probably had to give it to Diana, and that's because she got more ships currently, and she's probably going to win a few more. But my second place person for Karen was Maya Moore, but Maya took me there off. I don't think Maya's playing. But Maya was in it. Maya's
bad.
Dominant.
Hopefully, she took the time off for a good cause to do great things. Hopefully, she comes back and graces the WNBA again. But Maya was oof.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow George up after that, because that's definitely, 4-time champion, Finals MVP, season MVP, Rookie of the Year. I gotta say Maya Moore. Definitely. But it's like George said, that's my GOAT right there, Maya Moore. Like I said in the last episode in reference to LeBron, bigger than basketball. Just taking a step away for a higher calling. The criminal justice reform. The ministry, that will ultimately be her legacy when it's all said and done. It's a lot more to offer humanity than just her skills on the court. But for me, which is crazy because, like we said earlier, I'm going to take this time to shoot my shot publicly. Maya, listen to me. You know what I mean? And what's crazy is I'm a school counselor at the middle school that she went to. So it's meant to be. But Maya, this is me shooting my shot.
He put out all the stops.
Right.
I know you're taller than me.
I was about to say.
Listen. I want to let you know, I'm not Tory Lanez. I'm not gonna shoot you in the foot.
Here you go.
I'm gonna shoot my shot, but I'm not gonna shoot you in the foot.
That's my man Denzel. You're shouting the podcast. That's what we do.
You already know.
Boy, Taylor, I'm still waiting on you to respond, baby. I'm still right here waiting on you.
Right.
Look, I see a nice new haircut she got. She had the little.
She got the little shortcut or something, right?
Shortcut going on. My boo looking good on national TV.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna jump in and follow behind. I went ahead and agreed with George. I had to give it to one of the OGs. Lisa Leslie, man, just one of the original faces of the WNBA. She did come around with that Houston era where they was actually winning and everything. So I did give somebody from that Houston team an honorable mention. But
great,
Lisa Leslie, 2-time champ, 3-time MVP, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, and second all time in points. So. I had to give her that. But it was a tough choice between her and Cheryl Swoops. Those was my top 2. Cheryl Swoops, she's actually a 4-time NBA champ. She was the first WNBA player to have a shoe named after her.
That's true.
3-time MVP and a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. So it was pretty tough. But I just went with Lisa Leslie, and honorable mention I had to give it to Cheryl Swoops because she was definitely killing it with that Houston team during that era. So Lisa Leslie, and then honorable mention I went with Cheryl Swoops, man.
Man, I'll take you back to those Houston teams, man. My fault, Aaron. Liberty, Liberty. We went to the finals, but
I like Witherspoon was one of my favorite players back then from the Liberty because
she was hard.
It was a dog. We mentioned it a lot about Pat Bell. She was a dog too. My honorable mention would have been Diana Taurasi. I went Houston, but I did not go Cheryl Swoops. I went Cynthia Cooper. I went Coop.
Yeah.
If you look at Coop, she led the league in scoring 3 straight years. WNBA MVP 1997, 1998. 4 championships, and all 4 of those finals, she was the finals MVP. She played with Cheryl Swoops and Tina Thompson, who were probably
both
2 top 10 WNBA players of all time. And she was the finals MVP, not those 2.
Yep.
So when you look at how dominant that team was, and then for her to be the main star who pretty much came out of nowhere for people who had just started watching women's basketball like myself, I got to give it to her. That's my WNBA GOAT. Because I just remember watching those games. Like I put out on Instagram a little while ago, maybe last month or so, WNBA crazy not to have the Houston Comets back.
Right.
Like how you let the team fold that won like your first 4 championships?
4 championships.
Right.
And the arena was always packed, like NBA games type packed. And y'all let the team fold? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, man. They put the flag out there for the WNBA, man.
Yeah. So when you look at that, that's why I put Cooper as my GOAT. Terasa, you can't, man. Even the stuff she's doing now as an older player, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what she calls it, White Mamba.
Yep.
That's so she would be number 2 for me.
She been playing for a minute, man, and she's still killing. So that's the
Terasi,
crazy.
Sue Bird is also, you gotta mention Sue Bird too.
Yeah, Sue Bird, yeah.
Definitely Sue Bird.
I'll put a loyal son honorable mention for the whole group. I think we'll all agree with this. Great person, now a great coach, former WNBA great, and helped found a league. Our girl Dawn Staley, head coach at the University of South Carolina. She was when she first got in. She was with the Sting. It was just Dawn with the Sting. She really ain't had nobody down there with her like that.
Yeah, that was
right.
She was a little older too, wasn't she?
She was. She was the Sting, so that's a fact.
Sting, so she carried the franchise as long as she could, but she's been phenomenal for.
And she's the reason why I never had a women's college basketball team. Like I never cheered for anybody. I just didn't want UConn to win all the time. Now I'm an avid USC women's basketball fan, which is why I'm a Las Vegas Aces fan because Asia Wilson went to the Aces, so gotta support them now.
I've never liked South Carolina in anything, but I support South Carolina women's basketball, and I let
most
it
definitely.
know.
It's love to see.
When I root for South Carolina, I just want to be known. When it comes to everything else y'all compete in, I could care less. I don't like y'all agree with that.
And I did meet her, and she's a very down to earth person. Stop, spoke, all that. Like so, Don. Shout out to Dawn Staley.
Got a nice Jeep too. If she still got it, that thing nice.
I got a chance to meet Dawn too. Yeah, she's an amazing person. Like,
right.
Like talk to anybody. Like, and she's been pushing for change too. I see her out there. She's doing her thing too.
Out there.
Yeah.
So she's definitely down for the cause, down for the movement. So
that's great.
Definitely.
So
she's gonna be the loyal sons honorable mention for holding down
the
state of South Carolina.
Great nomination. Great nomination.
So we had Diana Taurasi, Maya Moore. Steve, you said Swoops.
I said Lisa Leslie.
Lisa Leslie, okay. And then we had Cynthia Cooper. Honorable mention to Dawn Staley, of course. And then to wrap it up tonight, man, since the first NFL game was tonight, how we feel with some NFL predictions?
Washington football team, all the way.
As far as like playoff teams, or just who we think will win it all?
First off, how do you think y'all team gonna do? Predict your own team's record. Jordan, you should probably go first, Jordan. Denzel, you should go immediately after.
it's like it's tough because there was no preseason, so I don't even know what we look like. We didn't let Adrian Peterson go. Our other running back was a rapist.
Yeah, for real.
Right. Committing sexual assaults. I hope they throw his ass under the jail. Little fucker.
Thanks.
So I don't know. I mean, Scary Terry was looking good, in some of the clips. The thing is, I think we're going to be good on defense. And I think the fact that we're going to be very good and solid on defense is Ron Rivera is a great defensive coach. We got Jack Del Rio heading up as a defensive coordinator. Just on the mere fact that I think our defense has the potential, I won't say it will, has the potential to finish in the top 10 in overall defense, just based off of their talent and ability. I'm going to put us at anywhere 6-10 or 7-9. So 6.5 wins, hopefully. I think.
If y'all put Alex Smith on that field,
man, please.
Y'all better not put that man on that field.
Oh, man.
I don't know, man. It's a great story that Alex made it back from what he went through.
Yeah, most definitely. Almost had his leg amputated. That's crazy.
To say you went from the doctor telling you we might have to cut this whole thing off to him back on the field is an amazing story. I'm glad he's a part of the team. But like I said, the offense, I just don't know. There was no I haven't seen anything. There was no preseason. I'm just like, the first week will let me know how this year gonna shape out.
Do you know who y'all got?
I didn't even look.
It probably best you didn't.
Yeah. Hey, I'm keeping all my spirits with the Lakers right now. The Lakers got me feeling good, so I'm just like, I don't need that negative energy in my life right now.
I have nothing to look up to. The Yankees have lost 14 out of 15 games.
Yeah, the Yankees in the tank right now. I'm just like,
I have no basketball team currently, and
you still sticking with that?
I'm still sticking with that. Yes.
Hey, you gonna be a Brooklyn Nets fan by the All-Star break.
I might. KD's one of my favorite players. I might get his jersey.
Listen, he just setting us up for it because he keeps saying he might, which means he really is.
But you know what? I'm gonna get a Lillard jersey because I rock with Lillard. I'm at this point where I'm not doing teams. I'm just doing jerseys. I remember when I was a kid, I was a big Knicks fan. I didn't own a current Knick jersey. I had Patrick Ewing. I had.
Who you gonna get? Allen Houston.
Allen Houston was that guy though.
Allen was the guy. I'll probably get LJ. But back in the day, I had World Be Free. I had
Starks.
I didn't have Starks. I had Ewing, World Be Free, and what's the dude name from the '80s that was bad? I forgot his name.
Phil Jackson.
Oakley.
Nah, not Oakley. From the
It was Phil Jackson.
It was Phil Jackson.
Nah, it was not Phil Jackson. I'm gonna get back to you with that because I ended up selling that jersey because somebody offered me a lot of money for it, so I sold it. But
in the 80s, Bernard King.
I had Bernard King's jersey. Yeah, I had it was the Navy one, the Navy Knicks joint. That joint.
Yeah. That's like when I was a Lakers fan, that's like me buying a Rick Fox jersey.
Bernard King was he was the king of New York in that time frame, man. So shout out to him,
Well, Kobe, I want Rick.
Give me a Brian Shaw jersey.
But we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna talk about the New York Football Giants.
What you got?
No preseason, so I'm really not certain. I heard Daniel Jones was making some great strides. If he could just learn not to turn the ball over, I really feel like we have a really potent offense. With Saquon Barkley, we have a talented running back situation, not running back, on wide receiver core. But even with our new coach and the creative mind that he potentially has, I feel offensively we're going to be pretty solid. Defensively, I don't know. So
y'all just let the corner y'all picked in the first round last year. Y'all just released him.
Oh yeah, so that didn't work out too well for us either. So
he out there scamming people though, so y'all had to get rid of him.
Yeah, that was stupid.
That's the one that robbed the card game or something.
Something like that.
I'm looking at 7-9, 8-8, respectively.
How y'all both y'all team y'all gonna have the same record?
Right.
And 8-8.
I said
Right.
8-8. I said
I know
6-10, potentially 7-9.
I'm looking at it this way. I'm gonna look at it this way because I know we're gonna sweep Washington, so that's 2 wins.
Oh,
We're gonna split. We're gonna split with Dallas, so that's a
Oh,
win.
what?
We're gonna split with the Eagles. That's a win. That's 4 wins right there.
Y'all
So,
aren't splitting with Dallas or the Eagles.
Right.
Y'all aren't splitting with either one of those teams.
Hey, watch.
When is the last time y'all beat us?
Y'all not sweeping us.
It's been a while.
Saquon Barkley has never beaten Ezekiel Elliott.
It's been a while, but I feel
Probably
like
not in college either.
We're gonna get one. We're gonna get one. And the Eagles, we always play them down to the wire, and we end up losing by a 60-yard field goal and shit. We can beat the Eagles. It's very possible.
I can tell you something right now. I'm watching these Chase Young clips. Daniel Jones about to get his ass knocked out. his immobile ass about to get rocked. Trust me.
He probably is.
We shall see.
And to be honest, I think we're gonna probably knock Carson Wentz out because he get hurt every year to open the game.
He hurt now
For the Cowboys to win. So
I'm being very optimistic.
You're welcome,
8-8, but
I appreciate that.
Possibly a 7-9. I think that's where we're gonna fall.
y'all deep.
Steve, you want to go next or you want me to?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and jump on next, since we was the only team to make the playoffs. But we're going to talk about that. But, I mean, I ain't really, like y'all all been saying, I haven't really got a chance to really see the team or what they really look like. But we haven't really lost too many key players like that. We did lose one player on defense. Got a good pickup in Clowney. So I think the defense should actually improve a little bit for us from last year. And offense should keep some of that continuity going with Henry. And then we got that young rookie from App State. He's supposed to be pretty good, with catching the ball. So I'm thinking maybe 9-7, maybe 10-6. I think that's where we'll end up at 9-7, maybe 10-6. On the high end. But I think that's what because I think we were like 8-8 last year, or 9-7, 7-9. But we ended up getting a wild card spot and getting in. But I think we should at least improve on a game or two from last year. So that's what I'm looking at.
I got us. Last year I think we was what was 9-7? I think it was 9-7.
Y'all was home.
I got us. Damn sure was at home. I got us going 10-6. We got schedule pretty tough. We got Pittsburgh this year. I think we got San Francisco. But we got 4 guaranteed wins sitting right here on this podcast with the Reds, the Washington football team, and the Giants. So that's 4 right there. Yeah, so we can just find 6 more.
That's 3. That's 3.
Y'all are not gonna split with us. Y'all have y'all can't even. Or one weakness though, I will say this is we cannot find a safety anywhere. We signed Ha, cut him. Earl just sitting at home looking at his phone right now. We ain't even called Earl.
I heard. Akeem Talib said y'all rookie's supposed to be pretty good. He had worked out with him. I saw that this morning. He said, Trayvon Diggs, I think.
Yeah, but Diggs a corner. I like Diggs at corner.
Okay. I thought they was working him out at safety. That's what I thought they were saying. But
maybe they have. But I know that he was a corner in college. So, but maybe they moving him back there because we ain't got nobody else to put back there.
Oh, okay, yeah. He said he had sent him some game tape. Film tape from practice, and made like 5 picks in practice. So they say he's looking pretty good. Well, at least that's what Akeem Talib was saying. So we'll see.
Maybe if he's Stephon Diggs' little brother, so maybe he got some ball in him because I like Stephon Diggs at the receiver position. So I mean, if not even the secondary, if the safeties can hold up and not get beat deep, definitely can see us going 10-6. But if the safeties are terrible, which they had the potential to be, they're gonna be 8-8.
All I know is I drafted individual number 1 in my fantasy draft this week.
Zeke.
I'm gonna give the damn ball to Zeke the freak.
No, Zeke gonna get the ball.
Hey, I told you I got Dak in one of my leagues, so I need Dak to step up this year. He got that. He got
that was a
money.
bad pick, Steve. I can tell you. I hope Dak not your primary quarterback. Hope you got.
He is my primary quarterback. I got a backup. I think my backup ain't no better though. My backup, I think, might be Carson Wentz in that league.
Oh shit! You need a backup to the backup.
Right, exactly.
You better draft Jalen Hurts because he definitely gonna see the field.
So I'm hoping Dak will at least do what they expecting him to do this year.
Yeah.
Dak ain't gonna do nothing because Dak trying to get paid.
He got the I think honestly,
Dak on cruise control.
Yeah, he on cruise control, especially
they gonna have to break the bank next year.
Deshaun Watson signed that deal, yesterday or the day before.
Jerry saw that come across the screen. He was like, "What, guy? We got to pay him what now?"
Right. No, was he number 2 highest paid now?
Should have paid him early.
They should have went ahead and paid him.
Yep. He'd have been stuck.
Really look like geniuses right now because they gave Carson Wentz that contract early.
Yeah, for real. The Rams too paying golf.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did y'all see the Jalen Ramsey contract? The second corner ever $100 million.
That's crazy.
What kind of money they got in LA? Because I feel like everybody on $100 million contracts.
Everybody getting paid.
Man. It's
That's
LA,
man. That's LA. They print money out there. That's
hell yeah.
Giveaway money.
He ain't even earned it with them.
Gordon on a big contract. Golf
he did.
Contract, Ramsey on a big contract.
They pay him in hopes that he gonna earn it.
Well, Gurley in Atlanta.
He let Gurley go. They was like, Gurley, we can't give you this much money no more.
He was hurt, man. He was hurt.
That was his. Unfortunately.
I think he's gonna be all right this year, man. They not gonna give him the ball as much as the Rams wanted to.
Yeah, I think with that offense, they got a lot more consistent weapons that they can go to, so they don't have to.
He ain't gonna see 8 in the box no more.
Yeah,
none of that.
Everybody gonna be able to trying to cover
Julio. And
Calvin
Ridley, yeah, and that tight end they got is pretty decent too in Atlanta.
Yeah, solid tight end too. Yeah.
Anybody got the quote? I know we forgot to mention that beforehand.
Yo, I don't got.
I don't got one neither. I'll get next week.
Yeah.
Way to throw everybody under the bus. I got it next week.
I definitely got it. I'm stamping that, so I'll be prepared for that.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we were unprepared to end the show correctly tonight, so please forgive us.
Shoot, I got one.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Vote.
Byron.
Vote. That's it. Simple.
Vote or die. Vote or die. Vote or die.
There you go. There you go. We early on that, but we putting it out there now. Go ahead and vote.
Yeah, please, man.
Go ahead and register to vote while you still got time. You got about 2-3 more weeks if you're not registered to go out there.
50-something days to the election.
And study, people. It's not just about the president. I mean, that's, one big problem. But we got to stop making sure we putting the right local politicians in office, man, because those are the ones that definitely affect change.
Exactly.
And watch some of these bills and stuff that they be sneaking in, because those bills sometimes can affect schools for like programs like you never know. They could be cutting funding, like our boy Denzel's a counselor that could do something that can cut his whole counseling budget. You just don't know. So make sure you're taking your time and reading your whole ballot. So when you go in there, you know what you're voting for. You're going with a game plan. And it's not just I'm going to here vote for a president and walk out. Nah, it's not that. That's not the end all be all. We got to make sure we're putting in the right
Exactly.
senators, House of Representatives, city councilmen, mayors, governors, everybody. We got to make sure we're putting the right people in the right offices that will do some things, and then hold them accountable. And how we hold them accountable is we go back to the polls in the next couple of years or 4 years. If they ain't did what they promised, get their ass out there and get somebody else in. Until we start doing that, we're gonna be in the same spot we're in right now.
Exactly. Ain't nothing gonna change.
Yeah, man.
All right, fellas. Anything else?
Nah, shout out to Kansas City smacking Houston right now. Lord.
Yeah, man.
We're gonna have a little bit more competitive game than that.
Got rid of their best player.
Next episode is gonna be episode 15. We're trying to cook up something special in the works, so everybody just stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Stay tuned to root for the Lakers.
There you go. And Cowboys. Lakers in 5.
Shout out to, if you haven't copped one, shout out to God is Dope, the company. They have the Lakers, the Kobe themed shirts. So this is definitely one of them. They had the gold and purple one out there too. I copped another one that says Black Women Lives Matter as well. So they really doing their thing and they supporting the culture. So go out there and cop your shirt. And they're like $5 a piece.
They keep sending me a text, man. I just never got around to ordering one. I'm definitely gonna get me one. All right, man. Y'all boys be easy.
And don't forget to grab some Be Encouraged from my frat brother, Marvin's president.
Be encouraged.
There you go.
Be encouraged. All right.
Merch too.
All day.
All right.
All right. Peace, y'all.
Peace.